Just head on over to supertalktv.com. And it's not Friday here on Good Things, although it kind of feels like it should be. I've got Thanksgiving itis, Tanya. But we've got Tanya in the house to talk movies because, well, many of us, if we're not going to the game or really into football, we try to find something to do with the family. Movies, it's that time of year when the holidays come around.
And there are a bunch of them. It's like a Thanksgiving feast for movie fans. It's so many different genres, so you're going to find something
Especially
you like.
Since I think it's supposed to be a little rainy this upcoming weekend, so it'd be a perfect time to get out.
Well, the first one, and some of these are going to have sneak peeks tonight, but pretty much everything's being released tomorrow, which is a couple of days earlier than usual. And they're just, everybody's capitalizing on people being out of school, off work, and that kind of thing. But the first one is called The Sun. Now, this is one of those that is getting some Oscar buzz.
Really?
It's got Hugh Jackman in it. And it's the story of a family that they're just kind of falling apart, and it's their struggle to try to pull things together. Hugh plays a guy who's got a really hectic life, and he's trying to balance this demanding new prestigious job with his family, and he's got a new baby, and he's got an ex-wife played by Laura Dern. And then, of course, his new wife, he's trying to keep everybody happy. And it's just the stresses that go on with that. And on top of that, he's got some relationship issues with his own father, played by Anthony Hopkins. So just a stellar cast.
Absolutely.
PG-13, and it's definitely a drama. So, it's one of those if you're just in the mood for a drama. No laughter on this one.
Oh, man. But that's okay. Hugh Jackman, though, he's pretty to look at.
Yeah, for sure. And then we've also got another one that's getting a lot of Oscar buzz. This one is called The Fable Men. And this is the one directed by Steven Spielberg, written by Steven Spielberg, and it's loosely based on his real life as a kid. So it's about a young boy who is given a camera and just has fun, just the story of him escaping into the world of making these little movies. And of course, we all know that was kind of money well spent, whoever bought the camera for him. And then, of course, just, I think, to me, it's sort of a love letter to his mother because she really supported him. And it's also PG-13, so...
that's one I kind of want to see.
Yeah.
It's, especially since he's the one who is sharing his kind of own story.
I think like that's really cool. Yeah, and Michelle Williams is playing his mom, which... I think what an honor to be selected for that role, somebody who he clearly loves. And then Paul Dano is his dad. Seth Rogen is actually in it. He's been taking a lot of dramatic roles lately. So anyway, so that's another great one that is also getting a lot of Oscar buzz. So, you might want to check that one out if you want to get a head start.
Seems like two at least family friendly.
Yeah. And the next one, not so much, though. This one's rated R. It's called Bones and All. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's based on a book, and it's about two teenagers who basically travel across the country, and that all sounds great and wonderful, but they're both cannibals.
I said there's got to be, I feel like there's eating them. Ooh.
So you've got that mixed in there. So
some teens are just into other things.
Yeah. But this one, I have heard some early reports that people are leaving the theater. They can't handle it. So... just keep that in mind. But Timothy Chalamet's in it.
Who in their right mind thought that would be a good movie to make right before Thanksgiving?
The same director that did Call Me By Your Name, which was kind of the movie that launched Timothy Chalamet into a household name, or anybody that likes movies know who he is. And then Taylor Russell is the girl. So yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not seeing that one. I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't. I have my limits, and that's one. And then one that is probably gonna be boring to kids, but it's PG-13. It's Glass Onion: A Knives Out Mystery. So if you saw Knives Out, gosh, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago now. This is like another movie that stars Daniel Craig as Detective Blanc, and he finds himself in Greece among a group of friends, not his friends, but a group of friends that are there for a reunion. They're very wealthy, very influential people. And one of them, of course, turns up dead. And so he's on the case. He's got to figure out who did it. Ed Norton is also in it. Kate Hudson, Catherine Hahn, Leslie Odom Jr.
That's
so
a good
a
cast.
really, really good cast. Yeah. And if you like the first one, I think you're going to like this one. I loved the first Knives Out. I did not really like Daniel Craig's accent in it, but he got a lot of attention for it. Everybody thought he was great. Polar opposite of James Bond for sure. So, and then another one. This one's got some Mississippi connections. It's called Devotion. This one's getting a lot of Oscar buzz, not only for the film, but the actors. But Glenn Powell, who we saw in Maverick earlier this year, he's in it. Jonathan Majors, who is a huge up and rising star. He's going to be in the new Ant-Man. And he's also in the new Creed movie coming out. But it's based on a real life guy from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And it's the story of him during the Korean War. First of all, he was the first African-American aviator to complete the Navy's basic flight training program. And so he was in the Korean War. He had flown probably about 20, I think, combat missions. And I guess the 21st, his plane came under fire and he crashed on a mountaintop. And so it's just the story of that. And, also it features a Jonas brother. Joe Jonas is in it. So
I wonder if he got to come to Mississippi.
I don't know. A little bit of something for everybody, though. It's PG-13. My husband has been talking about this movie for like 6 months, ever since he's a war. I mean, he reads every book, so he knew this story. And as soon as he found out about the movie, he's like, we're going.
Have y'all been yet?
We have not. It'll be out tomorrow.
Gotcha. So you know what your Thanksgiving plans are.
Yeah. And then finally, we have got Disenchanted. This is streaming on Disney Plus. So if you watched Enchanted, believe it or not, 15 years ago.
Wow.
I cannot believe that. Amy Adams is back as Giselle. And in the movie, it's 10 years later. And she is just a little discouraged about life and all of its demands. She's got a new baby, and, she feels like she's drifting away from her daughter and her husband. And so she decides, you know what? I'm tired of life in the city. Let's go to the suburbs. And so they move into this, fairy tale looking city. Immediately, she's met with some mean girls led by Maya Rudolph, and she has to find her way, and she wishes for her life to be magical again, and she gets her wish, but it's not exactly what she was thinking was going to happen.
Never does.
Yeah. But in addition to Amy Adams, you've got Patrick Dempsey's back, Idina Menzel, James Martin, everybody from the first.
What's it rated?
It's PG.
It's PG.
Yeah, and I did see it. It's really good. The music, Alan Menken has written a few new songs for this one, and they're good, just like the first one. And there's one song that's my favorite that is sort of it's Amy and Maya singing, and they're kind of having a little showdown. But that's my favorite song. There is also one at the end that Idina Menzel, who we know from Frozen, Let It Go, she sings, and I think that's supposed to be the big song from this movie, but I really liked the duet better.
Another thing that's streaming, I have to give props to Lindsay Lohan.
Yes.
Falling for Christmas. Falling for Christmas. I know, Rhino, you're laughing at me, but she's back, y'all. She was
so bad.
She looked so cute.
It was so cute, and it was great for the 10-year-old and I to watch together on a cold Saturday afternoon. And I thought, oh, she's back. Like, she seemed normal on camera.
I thought she looks really good. Yeah, it was probably just a half step above a Hallmark movie.
No, out of context, I saw the scene where somebody's falling off a cliff on skis, and it's like,
was it the
Wow, this is bad.
She literally fell for Christmas.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I thought it was cute.
It's cute. I mean, I thought it was just a little bit above a Hallmark movie, but, they obviously had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
But
it was safe for your kids to watch. It was a safe love story for your kids to watch.
Yeah,
and so
for sure.
I totally appreciated that.
Yeah, and Cord Overstreet's in there, who, if you were a fan of Glee, you know who he is. He's a great actor, so it's kind of fun to see him. I'm sure he's doing stuff, but I haven't seen him since Glee. And if you're a country music fan, he is actually Paul Overstreet's son, which blows my mind.
Lots of connections. Lots of things to go out and see. Like you mentioned, a feast of movies. So thank you, Tanya. We'll see you after the holidays. But stick with us. We got more for you.